Hello, welcome to part 2, which is the top 4 countdown to the best bits of the trip, Rob's best bits of the trip, and also some kind of like thoughts as to highs and lows of the journey for us.
So enjoy the countdown from 4 to 1. Number 1 is disputed because Helen's number 1 was about my number 9, I think, but there we go. All right. Alright, so we need to go through a little tunnel in the rock to get into the gorge, which is very cool.
It is very cool.
And yes, I imagine temperature wise it's very cool as well. So it's about, well, just after 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, awesome, look at the sign.
We've got a sign telling us to watch out with crocs. They're freshwater crocs here. But if they feel threatened at all, then they will give you a little nip. Yeah, so there's a freshwater croc there, right in the middle. They don't do much, so it's not great for video. There's one in the water, I reckon.
Yeah.
Down there. Yeah, but look at this place. So that's looking back out the gorge. And as you just pan around, at this huge sandbank, and looking back on the other end of the gorge. It's impossible, I think, to get across how peaceful it is here. It's just absolutely quiet. A few bird calls. Be a few kites flying around. You're surrounded by these incredible rock formations and the water in the gorge that you know there are crocodiles in there, but you can't see them. But it is so quiet, so peaceful. Righto, Tunnel Creek National Park. We are.
All those beautiful rocks.
A few squeaks in the back. There's a few people knocking around today, so we might get other people's voices on here, which I don't really want, but it's a bit of a... So this is the entrance to the tunnel through here. Yeah, let's give it a go. Right, this is only just inside the entrance is over there. And the tunnel goes on through there, look. That's where we need the torches. Right, so there's this bit where the roof has fallen in, so you get back out into daylight or sunlight for a little bit. We've just had to swim for a few metres through one bit. I guess if you're about 6'5", you could probably have walked it all, but I'm not. Alright, so I think this is halfway through. So we've come through there, through the water, and we're heading off through there into the water. Alright, so past that fall, it opens up quite a bit. So we've got some stalactites coming down from there. Tights come down. Little pools of, oh, some people coming the other way.
The elves coming out.
Yeah. Oh, little waterfall. You're depositing all the calcium.
Yeah, just stuff up here.
Ah, cool.
Oh, wow.
You're a brave young man there. So you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's still a way away. Oh, cool. So there's the end of the tunnel. Still got little bits of water to cross. There's water directly in front of me now, and kind of you move from sandbank to sandbank, crossing the water each time. Nice and bright. Right, so this is the far end. And that's where we've come from. I don't think there's that much else to do.
This is amazing.
Yeah. Okay, so the things that that you didn't like so much, or what were you've done without?
I think, particularly at the beginning of the trip, that we spent a lot of the early part of the trip in really hot places, and there were times when I found dealing with the heat quite difficult. I mean, that's just the thing about travelling in Australia, I guess. But yeah, I think when it's kind of like in 40 degrees odd, I found that really hard. And of course, being Western Australia, that tends to come with the flies as well. So those two things at times, and mostly in the first kind of third of the year, really.
Yeah, I don't think we had many days that were 40 degrees, but certainly, but even mid 30s in a caravan.
Even with aircon.
The aircon was good. And there's no way you'd go off somewhere without air conditioning. But there were times when we wanted to stay places without air conditioning, and you couldn't have done it. It was just, I mean, it's pretty unpleasant anyway in 35 degrees without aircon. But in a caravan, in a metal caravan, even though you've got the windows open, they do get incredibly hot. So yeah, the heat was an issue. So here he is showing off again. So this is the wide gap, mind, and look at the power of that water. Last night this felt fairly benign. Look at it now. We went over and had a look at the narrow gap, but he'd already told us we wouldn't be going through it. He said the levels were too high and it was just too dangerous. And you can see what he means. Yeah. See why I'm glad we're not going up there. I was a bit disappointed at the start, but not now.
It'll be okay now, eh?
Yeah. For me, the worst thing, and this is a bit sad really, I mean, it wasn't living in a 16.5-foot caravan. You get used to that. It wasn't the lack of space and storage and all. You just deal with that. It wasn't the flies or the midges, although they were a pain. It was, and it is a bit sad, and it's not really about caravanning at all, but it was just about those times when we're so used to being connected now. We're so used to having the internet and being able to get information really easily. Checking the news or messaging people or whatever, booking things online. Those times when we didn't have internet, I found that quite difficult to deal with. There were places we went to where we knew we weren't going to have internet. That wasn't an issue. We knew that in advance. It was those places we went where there was a little bit of phone reception, but it was 3G, mobile internet. Or it promised 4G but it wasn't, and you were trying to download stuff and it didn't work, and you were trying to maybe even stream stuff, the entertainment side of things, and it didn't work. So that was a little bit frustrating, and I was glad to get home and have good reliable internet. Okay, so this is the office at Barn Hill, and Helen's got the cushy job while we've been here. Working behind the counter, pressing a few buttons on a coffee machine, and occasionally giving people carrot cake. Yeah, so highly skilled barista.
There we are then. Enjoy.
Right, this is Cleaner Rob. This is my trolley. Here's my sign, closed for cleaning. I've got all my various things in there. You can come closer now. I've got my leaf blower, the toilet rolls, everything I need, my hose. Alright, I'm off cleaning now.
Hey? Oh,
Oh, pull it towards us. Pull it towards us. Pull the gate towards us. Stay this side.
oh my God.
Pull the gate towards us and stay this side.
Looking at me.
You're still getting out to close it.
Don't you dare put that in the video.
Yes, I am putting that in the video. In fact, I'm going to press it and save it now. For me, I mean, the best thing about the year off was just that we had a year off. I mean, it was just about not being in work, and we could have stayed at home for the 10 months, and I'd have enjoyed that too. I think I've got to come to the conclusion that I'm ready to retire.
That's a bit of a problem then.
It is a bit of a problem because I've got at least 4 years yet. But it was just the thing about not really having to think about work and not worry about. And I forgot the names of kids I've taught, recently and stuff like that, which is not something that happens. You always remember the kids, and it just shows how easy it was really to disconnect from that sort of work environment. So yeah, no, it was good to be just not at work. I think that's what I liked about that.
Yeah, it was nice being free to divide up the days you chose, to do what you wanted to.
Get up when you want, have a leisurely breakfast. So it's like, I mean, I was just about to say it was like every day was the weekend, but even when you're teaching at the weekends are not your own. You're thinking about the following week, or you're marking stuff, or you're doing whatever. So it really wasn't like a year of weekends. It was a year of being retired. It's about 6:15, and we're off on a 4-wheel drive bus tour down into the Bungles. We're not taking our own car because it's a bit rough, so we're here for a nice early start. Yeah, it should be a good day today.
Is this quite deep? Ooh. This is went through it now.
So we're on the walk into Cathedral Gorge. These beehive domes all around. Pretty cool. Little chasm after chasm. And another one. This is the end of the chasm. Yes, coming out the other end, you come out of this reddy brown rocky scape and you walk out into lush green palm trees as the gorge opens up. So we're sat here, it's actually Christmas Eve, it's nearly 6 o'clock on Christmas Eve. We're all ready for Christmas tomorrow. We've got the whole family coming out. So we might film a little bit of Christmas Day. We'll have our usual thing of a little glass of sherry and a mince pie on the beach at about 7 AM, which will irritate some of those people back in the UK, I'm sure. It's going to be stinking hot tomorrow. It's about 35 degrees today, but it's going to be 40, then 41, 43, 40, I think, over the next 3 days. That's the forecast at any rate. So it's going to be aircon and fans and everything going. So we'll get down the beach early, and then it's not going to be much fun. We do have a traditional UK Christmas dinner, so it's not going to be a lot of fun having the oven on.
But we've prepared it, so
it's all done. But the oven will still be on for 4 hours, and it will be insane. We will want to go in the kitchen as infrequently as possible, as frequently as possible.
Absolutely bonkers.
Infrequent.
Yeah, full roast, 41 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll show you how that comes out.